Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cardwell's Cauldron. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And here, we're going to be talking about a little safe deck, actually. After the whole Pro Tour happened, we all know that Black-Red is winning, pretty much. Red and Mono-Red and Black-Red is happening. So I was like, I'm going to try to make a deck, see if it works. The name of the deck is called Monochrome Desires, and the desire is to hopefully beat the shit out of Black and Red.
That's what we're going for.
Yep. And of course there are Cardwell cards in there, because it can't be one of my decks without it. But so far it's averagely safe, as I like to call it.
I'm down. Let's delve into it.
Alright, the first one, Gifted Aetherborn. He's just a damn good card. 2/3 with Deathless, Lifelink. And, you know, Lifelink really helps right now.
Dude's solid.
Yeah, he's extremely solid. He can scare off... He scares off all creatures, most creatures. And yeah, he's just extremely good.
Yeah, he's a 2/3 is the biggest part that sells him, just because he can block all 2/2s and not worry about it.
Yeah.
And you gain that life back. Awesome.
Sure, they have lightning strikes or whatever. Maybe 2 magma sprays, but... I mean, if they do, then that's cool. You know, that's just magic in general.
That's yours, yeah. Alright, next up is a Kitesail Freebooter.
Yep.
It's a 2 mana for flying 1/2. When he comes into play, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Exile that card until he leaves the battlefield.
Yeah, so like, they're forced to immediately use a kill spell on him if they don't want you to take something important in the hand. Or you grab a late kill spell or a counter spell, and then they have to deal with it later and try to get it back. But he's just really solid against all types of decks.
Yeah, and in this deck he's really good just because he's low cost like everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, the next two is... I've been making these decks, they're pretty high costing, and I was like, okay, well, there's a lot of creatures out there, and even with the Wizards deck, I was like, well, there's a lot of 2/3, 2/2 dudes that they'll just trade off immediately. Mm-hmm. So, I went with both of the Knights. Knights of Grace and Knights of Malice. They're essentially, hopefully going to be 3/2s with first strike for 2, which is amazing. And of course, hexproof from black/white, depending on which one it is. Yeah. And they're extremely solid, and first strike is the winner here. That's why I put them in here. If you can get both of them out, they can double block anything and kill anything off. They can swing and get in. 3 damage is actually like my perfect amount of damage I want to be doing. Like every turn.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Like, being a 3 damage on anything is pretty good as long as you control the other color permanent.
Exactly.
Which you're gonna.
Yeah, you hopefully definitely will have the opposite color. And the fact that, you know, hexproof from white and hexproof from black actually does matter.
Yeah.
Like, no unlicensed disintegration, no cast outs, you know. It will get there. Now this one is a Cardwell card. Twilight Prophet. I've always wanted to use this, and this deck needs some card draw. Mm-hmm. So 4 cost, Vampire Cleric. Thankfully it's not legendary, which is amazing. And a 2/4 flying. So, if you have a Send, you get the special ability where it's like a reverse Bob. So you reveal the top card of your library with your upkeep. They lose life, you gain life, equal to the mana cost of that card. And then you put it into your hand. Like, I've always just wanted to do this. And how we get to Ascend is just a crap ton of enchantment control, pretty much. Yeah,
it's really strong. I played it in a couple of my decks. It's just a really good card.
It really is. It's amazing.
We got the Fatal Push, because it's Fatal Push.
Fatal Push, and it temples out pretty well. You would like turn 2 Knight, turn 3 another Knight, kill your dude. Who cares? You know.
Black instant, destroy target creature if it's 2 or less, or revolt 4 or less.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just good. The next one is Silhouette, also another cheap removal, 2-drop enchantment, flash, and it exiles target dude that's tapped until it leaves the battlefield and they get it back.
Yeah. This card's great because it also helps out your Knight of Malice, because as long as you control a white permanent, which this will be in play, and you still control it, it's just on their side.
And it's like, if you're not on the play, if you're on the draw, just having like turn 1 Fatal Push, turn 2 Silhouette to be able to take care of them, so you don't like get pummeled as fast as possible.
Yeah, seems like a really good play.
Yeah. And the next one, Gideon of the Trials. I think he's really good. I saw him start to pop up a little bit, but of course those decks didn't really win.
Mm-hmm.
But 3-drop Planeswalker, +1 prevent all damage. Is it 2 all damage target permanent would deal? So yours can still deal damage and kill it. It comes with 3 loyalty, so it goes up to 4, and then you can pay 0 to make it a 4/4 dude that prevents all damage to it until end of turn.
And is indestructible.
Indestructible, and then you can also pay 0 to get an emblem saying that if you control Gideon, you cannot lose the game.
Which is it's always fun.
Yeah, it screws up combat math really hard.
Yeah.
Like if you're just like Gideon emblem, all right, let's see what we do with their swings and blocks. So it's just like it's really good. Just to be able to prevent any damage of any permanent.
Yeah. And it's super hard to deal with any kind of Platinum Angel effect just because you have another thing you have to deal with.
Exactly. So it's just really good. Another one. Cardwell card here, Sword Point Diplomacy. Now I literally put this in the deck like 5 minutes ago because it needs more card draw, I feel like, because there's a lot of low cost and cost stuff and you're controlling. So cost 3, reveal the top 3 cards of your library for each of these cards. Put that card in your hand unless the opponent pays 3 life, then exile the rest. I've never had a bad time with this card, to be honest. If they take 6, you get a land. Cool, you got a land.
Yeah.
You know, or they give you double land, take 3. Like, I always feel like I always win with this card. Because you're still drawing cards, no matter what. Or removing land from the top card so you don't draw them.
Or they're taking 9 to the face.
Exactly. They're just like, oh, that's 3 kill spells, take 9.
Yeah,
you're probably dead almost by that
yeah, that's
point.
3 mana, almost half your life.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
It's just really good.
It reminds me a lot of Browbeat, and
yeah.
that card's amazing.
As we always talk about when we talk about cards like Browbeat, Sword, they're like, don't give your opponent choice, but like, if that choice is like, you lose or you lose, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Or hopefully, anyway.
Alright, next up we got Cast Out. It's
Yep.
one of the higher costing spells, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
4 mana for Flash Enchantment. When it is the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Cast Out leaves the battlefield. Or you can cycle it for a white.
It's just extremely cheaper Vraska's Contempt that helps with, Ascend. So, get rid of that Planeswalker that they have, or that artifact that's messing with you, or creatures, or...
And it helps out your Knight of Malice like the other one does. So
Exactly.
you're gonna get the +1/+0.
Just thankfully end of turn, and it's end of their turn that you're just like, get rid of whatever you just played.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now this one. I debated whether to do this card or Settle the Wreckage main board, but I went with Phyrexian Scriptures. It costs 4. It's a saga. When it comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on target dude you control. It's an artifact, along with the other types.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one, after you draw, destroy all non-artifact creatures. I just would think that it would be solid to go like turn 2 Knight, turn 3 Sword Point, and then turn 4 this, and your Knight's maybe a 4, like a 4/3 or whatever first strike. And the exile all cards from opponent's graveyard is still, viable, I think.
It is. It's not as important in this, but being able to save one of your dudes that you need, so you can save a Twilight Prophet, give it +1/+1, make it an artifact, and then kill all non-artifact dudes.
Yeah. Hopefully it just saves you or stops them from playing more, so you can control the board more.
Yeah.
With extra draws or whatever. I really like this card. Every time I play it in like arena or in person, I just enjoy the effect that it does.
Yeah.
All right. Also, the favorite of the Cardwell cards in here is Torment of Scarabs. It's a curse, 4-drop, enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player loses 3 life unless he sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
Anything they choose, you're winning.
Yeah, exactly. Turn 4, plot this down as fast as possible, because over the game that you're going to be controlling and hopefully like stopping them from doing stuff, you just win. Because they're going to get to the point where they have nothing or no cards and they just take 3 life every time.
Yeah. Or they're going to have to make that choice of losing a permanent or discarding a card. And that's a
Exactly.
lot harder than you think.
Yeah. And the fact that you can do this hopefully before Teferi hits, sure they get to draw a card, but still they have to deal with that. They have to keep discarding stuff. So like that's one of the jankiest cards in here, but like every time I play it, as well as the other card, it just works. Like It just really hurts the other player so much.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a try. So with the lands are pretty simple. We got 4 Concealed Courtyard,
Yep.
4 Isolated Chapel, 6 Plains, 8 Swamps, and 1 Scavenger Grounds.
Yeah.
Scavenger Grounds.
Scavenger Grounds. Because I've played against a lot of black-blue control around here, so dealing with Scarab God or Liliana is just a pain. So at least put 1 in here as well, and that's why the scriptures are in main board too.
Yeah.
So like depending on your meta, if they go straight on just net decking, then yeah, put Settle the Wreckage, which is in the sideboard actually.
Yeah. Alright, with that, let's get into the sideboard.
Yep. The first thing, Duress, as always, because it's a 1-drop, lose your control card. Thank you.
We got 3 Doomfalls.
Yep.
3 mana, choose 1. Target opponent exiles a creature he or she controls, or they reveal their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, exile that card.
It's just really good against control and tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. The card does exactly what it does.
It does what it needs to.
Yep. Lost Legacy for the approach of the second Sun decks, or even Hazoret. Like get Hazoret out of there before turn 4. Just get him gone.
Yeah, that dude's still rampaging around.
Still running around. Or Chain Whirler, which with Soul Mage and Chain Whirler, it's really stupid, ridiculous how that works. But you know,
you have an answer to it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do if they play it? You know.
Yeah.
The next one, Ixalan Binding. Hopefully, this one can be interchangeable, but to be able to, if they play the Chain Whirler, then your turn 4 is like, you don't get to do that anymore. Because Black-Red has no control of how to get rid of enchantments.
Yeah. And it's exile non-land permanent. Until this leaves played, they can't cast spells with the same name as that card. So
it's just really good. And like I said, the next one is Settle the Wreckage, because against tempo / mid-range, it's just really good.
Yeah, it's so strong to deal with, because if you have 4 mana open, you're just like, I have to run into a settle. So they're going to swing differently.
Exactly. And this is a maybe card, but I love it. It's called the Eldest Reborn. It's another saga, it costs 5. The first chapter, each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. That's the key hint there. Yeah, this is definitely against mid-range control. Because when they're like Teferi turn 5, if they don't have a counter, hopefully, or a Lyra, you're just like, alright, my turn 5, sack it. Second chapter, each opponent discards a card. It still hurts. And the third chapter, put a target creature or planeswalker, which I've seen that happen, and that's very fun to do. A card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So, mostly it's hopefully there to get a planeswalker.
Yeah, if you can, you go for it.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fun card in what it can do. It's definitely my kind of card as well.
Yeah. Because it either kills a creature and then you can swing in and kill their Chandra, hopefully. And then you can get their Chandra. Like, I don't know. That's why it's kind of janky, because I want to use it and see how it works out.
It's definitely a deck worth playing. Like,
yeah.
I could easily see it doing really well against mono red or any of the red black decks that are running around. Just because it has the lifelink and it has all the little dudes that are going to get there.
And hopefully Gideon prevents the damage and like just the low costing kill spells and then the first strike. Hopefully you can survive. But I will definitely I already have this actually together mostly. And I'll see how it really does against the aggro matchup.
Definitely let us know how that works out, Cardwell.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely will try. But with that, thank you, Kevin, for joining us here today. The deck list will be down below. And hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island. Be sure to like and comment on the video, and to get our latest and greatest, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And to get notifications, there's also a little bell that you can hit. Now if you want to look at some old deck tech videos, go ahead and click to the right. And if you want to see them in action, click the videos below. Thank you.